How is it to live as a hermit? How is it to live alone? In the nature, in the woods, in the mountains, in the jungle as I am right now? Is it hard? I have heard so many times in my earlier years people criticizing me about, you know, doing my yoga, my meditations, living alone. People would always say that you should live in the city, you should be among the people, you should be responsible, you should do something that is useful for the humanity, you should have a job, you should don't be like a parasite. I have heard it so many times in my earlier years. But the truth is, even though these people are going to tell you that it is easy to go and be alone, you won't face any challenges of any people around you, nobody to be angry at, and there's nothing to do, you don't need to have any job, and da-da-dun. Supposedly it sounds very easy to be a hermit, to live alone. But these people who say this, how many of them had gone to retreat themselves? They have no idea what they are talking about. If they had only gone to some forest to stay for at least 3 days, I could bet that they wouldn't stand even one fucking day. They would shit their pants in the first night, being afraid of being alone. And they would very quickly find some excuses to go back home and go to the internet and post new photos on Facebook of them on the retreat. So it is ridiculous, but that's the way it is. And if you decide to dedicate your time and just go and be by yourself alone somewhere in the nature, be ready to expect criticism from people around. And every time you do something different than majority of people, they will criticize you, you know? You just get used to that and you just laugh about that. To be alone, to live like a hermit, and I'm especially would like to speak it in a context of searching of doing sadhana, spiritual practice, yogic practices, kind of going towards self-realization, this type of retreat, this type of living as a hermit for spiritual purposes. It is not easy. It is very hard. There is nothing around you. You don't have any book, you don't have any TV, you don't have any radio, you don't have any computer, you don't have just anything. The only thing you have is yourself. So, while in the beginning it may look like it is easy, just be by yourself, it is not. You start facing yourself. You start facing your mind. Your mind starts telling a lot of things to you. Your mind desperately wants you to go back and be with the people and indulge itself in all these ways. Because when you are alone, there is nothing kind of to do, there is not much to think about, and your mind that was always running now starts to slow down, and your mind doesn't want to slow down. To slow down for the mind means death of this mental process, death of the monkey mind. Your mind doesn't want that. So your mind tries desperately to bring you back to your Facebook account. and and you start facing the tricks of your mind. You start facing your emotions. You start facing your feelings. You start facing a lot of emotions that you have. You may experience a lot of fear. When you're alone somewhere in the woods, something happens to you, you fucking die. Right now I'm here few hours from the village. Now as I'm feeling more weak with the diet I'm doing, it would take me more than 2 hours to go back. If a snake bites me, and there are plenty of snakes, tarantulas, scorpions and everything, if they bite me, I'm fucking dead. I won't be on time to go to the village and get some antidote. So you definitely face some dangers. Spending night in the nature wherever you are in some forest is also in the beginning is a very uneasy experience. You see that you are not alone. There may be some wolves around me. I remember my first nights in the forest when I started out in Lithuania. I was scared the first night. I was hearing the sounds around. I thought these were wolves surrounding me. I was with a stick, with a big stick in my hands, like this whole fucking night. So, how many of these people who would like to criticize you of being a hermit, how many of them would do this? They would just freak off. You experience many emotions. It is very common to start experiencing you feel very lonely, you feel alone, and you feel a sort of spiritual loneliness, which brings you to a really spiritual process by observing it and finding yourself and finding what love truly is a very powerful spiritual process to undergo. However, nobody said it is going to be easy. Okay, many people have said it is going to be easy. These people who criticize you, they say it is easy, but when you do it, when you go for it, you see it is not easy. You cry a lot. You may cry a lot. You have such emotional swings. One day you just feel so bad and crying and after a few hours or another day you feel so lifted and so happy and so in connection with everything, embracing trees and just crying from joy. And then again you go down. It is like this, a very intense spiritual transformation that you are undergoing. If you're taking it seriously, I mean. So to live as a hermit and to practice your spiritual path this way is not easy and is not for everybody. It is for the strongest ones. It is for the strongest one. It requires you to have guts, so to say. It requires you to be strong. It requires you to stand on yourself. If something goes wrong, there is nobody to ask help from. You are just alone, right? You learn many things. You learn how to live in the nature. You learn how to survive. You learn what you can do and what you cannot do. You learn it quite quickly. If you want to survive, you have to learn it. So it is not easy. And all these people who say it is easy and it is an escape from society and challenges of the people, and these people have just no idea what they're talking about. They wouldn't spend even a few hours by themselves somewhere in the woods. Okay, I guess that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I would like to inspire you to go and experience a retreat on yourself. Go somewhere to the woods or the mountains, wherever you are, and just spend some time by yourself. You will experience many realizations coming to you as your mind starts purging and cleaning from all of these thoughts and things that you don't, mental trash. emotional trash. Being on a retreat is cleaning all that, and in a few days or a few weeks or a few months, it's more and more that you feel this peace within you, this clarity within you, and this understanding what is important to you, what to do in your life. Coming back to your center, understanding yourself, and this is very beneficial to just everybody, to understand themselves, understand what is important, and then when you come back to the world, when you come back to the people, to the society, you know what you have to do, and you are much better than you were before. So, much love. Go to a retreat. Be well.